Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Pop. My name is Mariel Basori, greeting you from Mexico, and here I am with my two beautiful co hosts all the way from Brazil. We have Lucas Abachi, and all the way from Colombia, we have Mauricio Sierra. Hello, boys.
Hello, girl.
Hello,
Hello,
friends.
boy.
Hey,
Hello, friends. Hello,
How are
everyone.
happy to see you. Hello, everyone watching. Happy to see you.
Yes,
happy
me
to see
too,
you?
friends. Looking great. Mao looks like a pop star. I love my friend.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I,
You look
I
great,
was
Mimo.
doing I was doing my best.
Yeah, effortless. It's effortless.
Thank you.
Okay, so today's episode, track number 13 from
13.
season 4, we are going to talk about all about pop Australian pop singers. This topic was chosen by our friend Luki Lulu. So we want to ask you, Luquitas, what are we going to talk about today? What can our audience expect from this episode?
Okay. Well, I've been very connected to this country in music because I have a thing that I do with myself that is like a journey in the charts. So I try to discover music and especially music videos that I haven't seen before. So I
Mm-hmm.
go country by country and I do that in the charts. And I started with Australia last year. So I did with the 90s and the 2000s. And like a huge coincidence, I finished today. So this episode was on point.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I did with music videos that were released in December of 2009 in Australia that I haven't seen. So I basically finished. I'm going to the next country tomorrow, that is Austria. But I wanted to celebrate because it's so cool to go so uh, to dive in a country like that because I never been in Australia, but I feel so connected now that I
Mm-hmm.
understand the songs that were in the charts, the artists that they love it so much in the 90s and 2000s, and there's so many that I love since always, like Delta Goodrem and the Veronicas and a lot of singers. But I discovered even more uh, during this journey, so I was curious to know the songs that you guys like as well from that country, and we can talk about it because there's amazing pop music everywhere. Like you can find pop music in the world, and that is so fascinating for me.
Yes. Yes, for sure. I totally agree. And Australia has some of the best pop singers out there. So it's going to be a cool episode, guys. Stick with us
Yeah,
because we are
yeah.
about to start. So, Luquitas, please do the honors, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a girl called Stephanie McIntosh. That is a girl that I knew since 2006. It wasn't new for me, but I wanted to talk about her because I don't think we ever did. I may be wrong, but I don't think we ever did in the show. Like there's something in Australia that is very popular. That is a show called Neighbors. That
Hmm.
basically every pop singer in that country was part of it in some
Has
point
been
of
there.
their careers. It's like years on air, and Stephanie was one of them. I have her album here. Was released in 2006. And I think she was like a teenager in the show. So in the 2000s was a moment that we had like Hilary Duff and singers like that. So I think they tried to make her that in Australia. So they released the first single, uh, Mistake. I don't remember if it's the first or second, but Mistake is the one that I love. And it was not produced by Max Martin, but he was part of this track in the guitars. I don't know
Hmm.
why, but he was there. And but at the same time, the production is kinda Max Martin, like that moment post Kelly Clarkson stuff, you
Hmm.
know. So I used to love that song. The music video was everything to me when I was 16, and I really love this album. And I I cherish so much because it's not available on streaming. This album, at least not here in Brazil. So I keep it with me. And Stephanie is actually very sweet. Every time that I post about her, she comments, she like it. She's very sweet, and she continues working as an actress now. She's not singing
Oh,
anymore, but she's an actress in Australia, and I love this so much. So I wanted to share with you guys. It's basically the pop rock sound that I love. That is not that different from anything that I've been talking about here before. But I'm curious to know your opinions, starting with my friend Mauricio Sierra.
Thank you.
Andres Mauricio.
Yes,
Like when your parents are lecturing you or something.
man, yeah.
Yes. Andres
Uh,
Mauricio, ven aquí.
well, friends, what can I say? Well, of course, as you said, my friend is like another pop rock girl, but I enjoy so much watching the video because it's this kind of video you watch and you say, oh, it was the 2000s. Everything is about the 2000s, you know? So I was thinking when I was watching the video, like in 50 years, maybe the generations in that moment could say something like this, like, oh, that is from another era in music, you know, like for example right now we can see a video and we can say, oh, it's from the 80s or from the 70s. And I was thinking about it, like with this Stephanie's videos, I was like, oh, everything is about the 2000s, everything is Chris 2000s, you know, like the outfits, the way she sings in the video, like all the drama in the video, you know, like she with the boy, and it was a mistake, like being with you and everything, and with the other boy. So it was very interesting to see because it's like every time we are talking about this over and over again, but we never get tired of it, you know, like the music that
Yeah.
that we grew up listening. So it's amazing to watch this kind of videos. So yes, she is. For me, she was like the representation of Ashley Simpson in Australia or something like that. But it was good. It was good. I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. And the thing is that you mentioned about the video, you are so true because I don't believe that we'll never have another video where the girl is like a poor girl and is going to be saved by a rich guy, you know? Because it's so bad in the past.
Yeah, it's so
So
cliche.
it's cliche, yeah. So it's probably never happen again. What about you, Mariel?
Well, I knew about Stephanie, definitely. I have posted about her on my Mariel Talks Pop account before. And I could tell, actually, by this episode, I could tell a lot of our taste. Like, the songs from Lucas are so Lucas, the songs from Mau are so
I
Mau,
agree. I
and the
agree.
songs I chose are so me. So,
Yes.
they are very, separated this time, very classified into pop rock, R&B, and pure pop. So uh, it was really cool to see our different tastes. So when it comes
Hmm.
to Stephanie, I could sense some Avril Lavigne, some Kelly Clarkson vibes, uh,
Yeah.
because it's more like pop rock, obviously, like I was mentioning, and it's a cool song. It's a shame that her music is not available on streaming either. It's not here in Mexico, so
Yeah.
it's a shame.
You know.
Um, but I think it's fun, this kind of videos, this kind of stories where we could see, like you just mentioned, a girl being like rejected and being made fun of at this party, and then she
Hmm.
turns out to be the main singer and dating the rich guy. So I
Yes.
love that. I love that. And the music was so cool. Like I'm saying, like I was saying, it just gave me, Avril Lavigne, Kelly Clarkson vibes, and Ashley Simpsons too. So I liked it. It was a good choice, Luquillas.
Yay. Glad you like it. Thank you guys for watching the video.
No, yeah, we agreed to watch all the videos.
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
Okay, so I'm gonna go now with a
Yes.
song. This song I chose does not have a music video. Was not released as a single. unfortunately. But I chose Invisible Girl by my girl Gabriela Chilmi. You guys know how much I love Gabriela. Um, and this song is kind of similar to what Stephanie was doing on her video. Like, I'm about to lose control because you are not paying attention to me. You're leaving me aside. You're I should be your main concern, and I'm just like an invisible girl to you. So the song gives me a bit of Britney Spears. If you seek Amy, in the chorus, you got me spinning around, running me down, and it's like, love me, hate me, say what you want about me. So
Yeah.
it kind of gives me those kind of vibes. So I love this song. I chose it because it sounds so pop. The message of the song is good because sometimes we've all have felt that way. Like we are not being taken care of enough by the person that we love. So that's why I chose this song. And because it's Gabriela and she has a wonderful and beautiful voice. And now I want to know your thoughts. Luquitas.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the song of Britney because I was trying to remember which song that song remind me. I was thinking that was only something in general because it was released in 2010, and 2010 was also a moment in music that, as Mal mentioned, is easy to notice, because that moment that we had after Lady Gaga, the sound of pop music was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But now that you mention, you are totally right. If you seek Amy, is very similar to that track. I was very, I know her, but I was paying attention a lot in her voice in the song because I think is what makes a little different to the other songs of 2010 that for me are very similar. I think her voice is very strong and very beautiful in that song. It's not my favorite by her, but it's only because I don't think it's that unique. I think
Yeah.
she has songs that are very like her, very unique.
Mhm.
And this song is pretty much the pop music that was around back then. But I did like because it's made to be mainstream. It's kind of hard not to like and enjoy while you are listening. So it's a yes for me. I like her.
Okay. Perfect. What about you, Mousy Moo?
It's amazing that you mentioned if you seek Amy because I was in the same position, like trying to remember what is the song, what is
Yeah,
the song that I'm
it's
remembering.
so familiar.
That is
Yeah.
so, it's so familiar, and actually I was listening all Lady Gaga songs from the Fame album because I was like, it's a
Uh-huh.
Lady Gaga song, it's something like that. Yes, the same perception as my friend Lucky. It's like very similar to Lady Gaga, but at the same time, it's very different from the previous album that is "Come See About Me," "Come About Me," "See About Me."
Sweet about me.
What about me?
Sweet about Sweet About Me. It's very different because you can notice this kind of soul vibes in the first album, and then I assume that maybe the industry was trying to put her like on the map, like because Lady Gaga was the trend in that moment. So I understand the purpose behind the song. It's a cool song, and but as Lucas said, it's similar but it doesn't mean it's not good. It's similar to Lady Gaga's, it's similar to Britney's, it's similar this kind of music from this moment in time. But at the same time, it's good, and she has like a very unique physical appearance and voice. So
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe she was a little desaprovechada. I don't know how to say it.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like
you know, the problem with Gabriela is that she wanted to stay in the same direction of Sweet About Me, but her label wanted her to become more mainstream.
Yeah.
So, and she wasn't very happy and pleased with that.
yes, because she had very good potential to be like a big star in that genre in music, like very so similar to Amy Winehouse, but at the same time she was like a sweet girl. She was not like so rough like Amy. or Duffy, like she was like a sweet
Hmm.
girl with a fun voice. So yes, but at the same time, I think the Invisible Girl song is good. It's good because
Okay.
it's pop and with that voice, it's very good.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, boys. Thank you for listening. Mousy Mumu, your turn.
Okay, my turn. I go. Okay, you mentioned a girl that represents your taste in music, and I go with the girl that represents my taste in music. That my girl, just my boy, just come my boy. I love her. She was from Australian Idol, and this kind of pop R&B that I like. Very similar to Jordan Sparks and stuff like that. And this song actually is from 2010 too. The song is Because. I want to know your opinions. I know you like Just My Boy. I want to know your opinions, boys, boy and girl. My friend Luki, what do you think?
Okay. Well, I really like her. It's funny because I think the single was released in December 2009. So I watched the video in the same day you sent
Okay.
the list when I was
Oh,
watching
okay.
the chart. So I was like, "Is this one?" And it was. And I really like her. I knew her since when she won the Australian Idol. But what is funny to me now is that for me, when she won, she was older than me,
Mm,
I thought. But now I
yeah.
Hmm.
realize that she was just a teenager because she has basically the same age as we do. I think she's
Oh.
35 now or something, 34 or something like this. And she was very young and she was like the Jordan Sparks of Australia. I don't know if you guys
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
the same
Yeah,
feeling.
absolutely.
Yeah. To be honest, this song is not my favorite by her. I think it's cool and has that vibe of Ryan Tedder production that was very in, like for example, Battlefield by Jordan Sparks, that
Yeah.
was released at the same moment. But I think she has like amazing catalog of music. Like the albums are cool, the singles. So if I would choose one song by her, would be a different one for sure. But I love her in general, and now I'm learning to appreciate her even more watching the music videos because I think she's one of those artists that has it all. Like she has some very deep ballad songs and more fun pop like partying songs, and she was part of Young Divas that was such a cool thing in Australia that I know that Mariel loves.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think she's one of the artists that is very solid in Australia. You can perceive that when you watch the music videos because there's a lot of artists there that has very cheap music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see that with her, the budget was different. She had
Yeah.
some cool music videos, you know. So I think
Yeah.
she's solid. She's one of the artists that represents the country for sure. I like her.
Thank you, friend. What do you think, me, Mariel? I know you like Jessica too.
I like some of her songs. I haven't checked her entire catalog. I know she has released several albums, and I first knew her because she was part of Young Divas. So this song in particular is not my favorite, but I definitely could sense why you like it so much. It gave me a bit of Stacey Rico vibes.
Yeah.
So um, probably from her second album, a little mix between Bounce Back and I
Oh, okay.
Promise, a little bit of those two. So I could sense why you like that song. I'm not, like I told you, I'm not crazy about it, but I like it. It sounds good. She has a very beautiful voice, and she does look a little older for me, if I say, because if she's our age, I always thought she was older than us.
It's
So
alright.
I used to tell that, yes, the
I'm
same.
sorry, but I think it was a good song, good notes, good high points. Okay, just okay.
Yeah. let me add something more. She has done a lot of things that is kind of similar to US, I think.
Yeah,
But she has a song that for me she deserved an award for that because she had Florida, the rapper, in a
yeah.
song that is a ballad.
Okay.
Running
Oh,
Back is
really?
so sad. The song is not a party song, and Florida is on the track. So I was like, okay, she had something different here because
Okay.
Florida usually was partying all the time, not that deep.
I think they were trying very hard with Jessica because actually she visited in that moment a lot of several times she visited US and she has collaboration with Snoop Dogg, with Florida, with different kind of people from US. So I think they were trying so hard, like she hit in US, like she had a space in US. It was not possible, and I think even for the girls from US was difficult. Like for example, Jordan Spark had her moment in that time, but not she was not like the huge impact like the diva or something like that. So I
Yeah,
think for Jessica it was even more difficult, you know. But
Mhm.
I get what you are saying, my friend, because it's like the budget. You can see the budget in the videos. The videos are very well produced, very well done. So
yeah.
yes, I understand that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It,
She had
it's
everything.
yeah. It's very hard for US to be open to different countries. Like Delta
Different
Goodrem, for
markets. Yeah,
example. I think Delta is the biggest artist, female artist in Australia,
you know,
in my opinion. And she tried like twice or three times in US and never happened. Like
it never
nothing
happened.
happened.
Well,
Yes.
like what happened with Kylie Minogue. Not a lot of
I
people knew
think
about her
yes,
until she released Fever, and that was
Yeah,
like 12 years later after she first released her debut album. So
exactly.
it
Yes.
is difficult for Australian artists and from other countries to make an
Yeah, yeah.
impact in the US.
I
Totally.
was about to
Yes.
say the same thing. Yes, even Kylie for us in Latin America, she's a big star, and in US she was not. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luquitas, it's your turn.
Okay, now it's me. Well, I'm gonna talk about the song that I've been mentioning in every obsession moment that we have here because I've been listening a lot, so there was no way I wouldn't choose that. That is Anthony Kalia, Addicted to You. I don't have any albums by him because, as I mentioned before, I used to not paying attention so much in him because he had some singles that were more classical because he's half Italian, so he had some songs that were more based on opera and classical music. And they tried to mix it the
Mm-hmm.
pop music with that with him. So when he was released,
Mm-hmm.
I Love It Rain. That is a song that I used to love with other singer that is Ola from Sweden, so I love both versions. And after Rain, all the singles for me were like, so I gave up. So only now in 2024, 2025, doing this journey, I watched the music video for Addicted to You, and I was like, no way. I probably gave up of this guy right in the moment he released that single. And I know that if I had listening to that in 2006, that is the year that was released, the same year of the song by Stephanie, I would have been addicted to that the same way I am right now because as Mariel said, this song is pretty much everything that I love in
Mm-hmm.
music. Very pop rock with beautiful vocals and the type of music of male singers that kind of inspire me to sing. It makes me want to sing songs like that. It's perfect. So I've been addicted, like the title of the song, and I've been listening so much. And the music video is very fun. Is like a formula that a lot of singers had in that moment that you are singing in a
In,
rooftop or something and gain attention around. Like Clay Aiken has a music video that is just the same, that is Invisible, another song that I love. So it's very cliche, but the cliche for me sometimes works so well. So what can I say? So I want to start with Mariel with this one because I know you know him because I saw in your Instagram something, and you follow him. I think.
Yes, I have posted about Anthony. I
Yes.
can't remember what song in particular, but I wasn't really familiar with a lot of his stuff. So now that you sent this song, I was really shocked and surprised to say that I liked it. I was like, okay, the song sounds so good. It's so Luquitas. It's like a mixture again. Like I always like to compare to other singers so our audience
Yeah.
can also understand a bit more of what we are talking about. Maybe a mixture between Ryan Cabrera and Jason Mraz, even some Jason Mraz. So it was so good. I like the video. I like him, on the roof and everybody looking up, like what the hell's going on over there. And the song was fresh. The song is cool. He's a good looking. So I think he has the whole package. Don't misunderstand me. So
I'm pretty sure he has. Yes.
well, probably. I don't know. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. But okay. But he has a whole package when it comes to having boys, having the looks. He has nice music, and I think I want to listen to more of him. I like this song. I like it, and from the moment it began, I knew it was Luquita's choice.
Yeah, yeah. This album, New Chapter, that is the second one. I heard the whole album now that I love that song, and it's really cool. It's different
Okay.
from the first, so maybe worth the shot. What about you, Mao? You were familiar with Anthony before?
Be- because of your friend, because in one episode you mentioned him, but I didn't know about him, and
Yeah.
I found him cute too. To be honest, is this kind of beauty that is good because he's not like the perfect face. Like I don't know, like you can see some models or actors like, oh, he's perfect. No, it's like very very cute, but at the same time
Yeah.
not perfect. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well.
Yeah. It's kind
It,
of the boy next door that you can see
yes,
everywhere,
exactly.
but it's still cute. Yes.
But you think it's cute and you think it's sexy, yes. And it's funny because the three of us was thinking the same when we were watching the video. And talking about him and his music, sometimes it's a little unfair, and I mentioned this in other episodes, when it's like, because I make it all the time, that Mariel said, for us it's like impossible not to compare to others, like,
Hmm.
oh, it's like Ryan Cabrera or something like that. And it's normal because we try to do that reference to explain ourselves, like, okay, I can see similarities between this guy and other guys, but at the same time, I think sometimes it's unfair because it's like, oh, he was the Australian version of these or something like that. And I perceive a lot of realness in him, like
Mm.
the good voice and the looks and even the music. Even when the music is like a little of this recipe that we know, it's at the same time a very good song, very good for the voice is good. So I think sometimes it's unfair, like it's impossible not to compare to him to another guy. And for me was the same. I was like trying to, okay, he's like Jesse
Put
McCartney,
in a box. Yes.
yes, but he is very talented, and yes, absolutely, I like it so much. The song and his voice is very special.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. And I think what is different with him is that he's not the type of artist of that song. Is different. He's a different artist singing a pop rock song
Hmm.
Okay,
for a change, you know? So the type of voice of him, I think, is more based on female divas, the way he sings,
Hmm.
the way he tried to hit the notes. So, and he has some classical background. So I think, for example, if Ryan Cabrera sang that song, will not have that range for that. I
Hmm.
think his voice is really good, really strong. So
actually, I was thinking about Chris Doctry. It's like this
yeah,
kind of voice that is very strong.
Very strong. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's not a pop rock artist. It was just that song, unfortunately for me.
very good. But yes,
Okay, great. One more. My next. I chose Australia's most popular girl group there has ever been, which is Bardot, coming from Australia's first season of Pop Stars. The group was first a quintet, and then it turned out to be a four-piece. So I chose a song when they were a four-piece. I chose "I Need Somebody" from their second album, "Play It Like That." This song has a lot of disco, dance, music influences. It's more catchy. Actually, this album by Bardot, their second album, for me is way better than their first. Their first is like okay, but their second is it. They were more involved with the sound, and they
Mhm.
even wrote some of the songs because I have talked to one of them, Sally Polioronas, a few months ago, and she told me that they were more involved and that they enjoyed more the process of doing this album than the first. So I think it was a little bit more influenced by other genres, not just pop, 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 but they were playing with some electro beat, some disco, some even some hip hop in some of their songs. But in I Need Somebody, in particular, it was more like a dance music. I don't know what you could sense, but for me, it's one of their best work. The girls look beautiful in the video. Um, and what else can I say? I just love it, man. I want to know, Mao, what did you think? Did you know about this song? I know you know about Bardot because I have talked about them before, but how familiar were you with them?
I didn't know about the song. Mi Mariel, actually, I was checking my last FM, and even when you mentioned this group several times, I didn't have any experience by them. So it
Mm,
was rare for me because I was thinking, okay, I know Mariel likes them so much. So for me, it was a totally surprise because I was expecting this kind of bubblegum song because they were from pop stars and everything. But I discovered, as you mentioned, like very funk, very 80s, if you want, this kind of song.
mm-hmm,
And I think this is interesting because you can see the mature in the girls. Like it's different if you compare to other pop stars, other groups that came from this show. They look different. They look more young. They look more adolescent.
mm-hmm,
But in this video, I think they look more mature, more women. So it
yeah.
was interesting to me, and I think the song is more Atomic Kitten or even the other group you like, uh, um, the Son of the Underground. What is the name
Girls
of this
Girls
group?
Aloud.
Aloud.
Girls Aloud. The I can compare more Girls Aloud to these girls, even more like Eden Scratch or groups. I can or Sugar Jones, for example. I can
Mm-hmm.
see more similarities between these girls and this kind of music that was more mature for me. More, of course, it's pop, but more mature.
Yeah, but you like it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, 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 for sure,
Okay.
for sure. Not crazy about the song, but it was good. It was a good song.
Okay. And what about you, Luquillas?
Yeah. What I like the most on it is, as you mentioned, doesn't sound like a pop star song,
No,
because I could imagine that song playing here in Jovem Pan FM, that is the station that used to play a lot of dance music.
Mm,
And it was a station that played a lot of songs that not always we knew the artist, but the song was very popular. Like, for example, Sophia Ellis Baxter. She wasn't famous here, but the song was.
mm,
And I
mm,
think this song has that quality of being a good song and good production and everything.
mm.
Unfortunately, I have a problem with disco songs in the 2000s. I don't know what happened with me, but if you check my last FM, for example, Steps, they had a lot of songs that were influenced by disco music,
Mm-hmm.
and the song that I love the most is "The Way You Make Me Feel." That has nothing to do with that. That is very
Hmm.
American production, and that happened a lot with so many artists. I cannot connect it so much with the disco thing, like S Club, for example. I like
Mhm.
it. Rich, that is not, is
Hmm.
every
Jamiroquai.
time, every time a girl group or anyone released a song that were more disco, I couldn't connect, and that stick with me for a while. So I don't really like the song, but I like the video so
Hmm.
much. I think it's very well produced. The girls are looking stunning. Some of them looks like models, like Sophie Monkey. She's
Oh
very
yeah.
like a model. So visually, it's very pop. So I like, but the song, unfortunately, not for me.
Okay. Well, okay. You have a problem with disco music.
I
we, we
do. I don't know
we
what
have to
happens.
solve it.
I love Atomic Kitten, for example, but Ladies Night, for example, I just can't.
No. Oh God.
No, I'm
No.
more with The Tide is High, It's Okay, the more pop songs for
Okay. Okay. It's fair. It's fair. Perfect.
me.
Okay, Mao, your next song.
Okay, as Mariel said, the representation of our taste in music is very present in this episode, and I go with the R&B singer that is called Trey Samuels. He's actually a little new. The song that I share with you is Magic Stick, and this song is funny because a lot of artists are making right now this kind of 2000 Y2K sound, but with this song
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because it's not very Y2K. It's more like you listen to that song and you think it was produced in 2011 or something because it's this kind of R&B that was
Hmm.
playing in that moment like Jay Sean and Neo and this kind of artists. So when I discovered this guy, I was like, oh my god, it sounds so great, but I thought it was from that moment, and actually the song is kind of new. So
Mm-hmm.
I think his voice is very similar to Chris Brown or something like that. It's the kind of artist that is easy on me because of the genre, because of the voice, because of everything. So I want to know your opinions, friends. Lucky.
Okay, so this one was a surprise for me because I think it's the only one in the list that I haven't heard before because it's more recent and I just explored until 2009 the charts. So it was a good surprise when he started singing. My first thought was like he sounds like Chris Brown a lot.
So much, yeah.
And yeah, and I was curious to know if he actually was from Australia because the accent is not there so much. He sounds like an American sometimes, but he actually is. So I really like it. The It's a good song, good production. I like the video. I think he's very cute to be honest. So fits with the whole thing going on in the video and everything. And it's a song that I'm gonna listen more because that was my discover for this episode. I was seeing some pictures of him and he was different before. I don't know if it's before or after that video with the longer long hair and everything.
But before, yes, yes. Right now he
Yeah,
has a different image. Yeah.
yeah, I assume that because there's a
Even
moment
better.
in every male singer that they shave the head and look like a bad boy. In pop
Yeah.
history was always like that. So I wanna discover more about this guy because it was new for me for sure. So it's a yes for me. It's a
Ah,
yes.
that's great, friend. What do you think, Maria?
To be real honest, I didn't connect with him from the moment it began. I thought the same as Luquitas. It was like a Chris Brown kind of copycat, or even gave me some Matt Pocora's vibes too. But I didn't like him that much. In the video, I was so obsessed looking at the girl. She was like
Uh, I
all the
totally agree.
time, like
The girl was a no
I
for me.
I want to be with you. I want to love you. I want to do this and that. And the girl was
Yeah. Must be a
So
friend, not an actress.
yeah, I didn't the girl didn't click with him in any moment of the song. She was like the entire moment.
That's true.
So I get obsessed with that. I don't like that because you can tell there is no chemistry. So for me, it was an okay song, but not my favorite, to be honest. Mimau.
Okay, that no worries, me, Mariel. I think it's very niche, to be honest. The song it's like very R&B kind of vibe, so maybe that was the reason. That is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
be fair, I'm having an R&B moment, so it was perfect.
Oh, maybe,
Yes.
maybe it was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, Luquitas, your last choice.
My last choice is another artist that for me now it's really famous there. That is Samantha Jade, and but I chose a song that is before she became famous. That is Turn Around. That song was released in 2007. I was obsessed with that song when it was released because the song was more. I think the vision for the song was more for the U.S. market because it was released there. That's how I discovered her because the music video was on MTV Hits all the time. That was an American TV channel that I had. Um, but the song was not good in the charts, like in the US. I don't think it entered in any charts. And in Australia, that is, her country was only 52 or something. So that was for me very bad because I was really expecting to listen to her album. She was part of Virgin Records, Zomba Records, that in the 2000s, like they were part of everything that they were, everyone that they were working with. I like it. It was everything very pop and very mainstream, very well produced. So I was really curious about the album, but the album never released, unfortunately. Later, she went to another smaller label, but the album was canceled as well. So in 2012, she finally won the X Factor in Australia and became famous there. And she I think she played Kylie Minogue in a TV series in Australia about the band ENXS. I
Mm,
think Kylie dated the vocalist or something. She was Kylie in the show. So she's very famous now. I have the album that she released it after X Factor. I really love the song here. What You've Done to Me went number one, so it was great for her. But I'm really curious about everything that was supposed to be released before, because I know that there's some promo copies around
mm-hmm.
the world because Discogs you can see some things. Even um, a CD that the name is Songs for JoJo, that I think are songs that Samantha Jade wrote to try to make JoJo record. So I
Oh,
died to listen to that.
yeah,
Like
Oh, I
I would
didn't
die.
know that.
Yeah, because if you pay attention, turn around is very JoJo. Like
very good. Yeah.
very too
Yes,
little, too late.
yes.
Like you know. And I still love that song, and I'm celebrating now that it's finally available on streaming, so I can listen all the time to that song that I love. I want to start with Mariel because I saw that you had a lot of Scrubbles by Samantha, but not this track, so I want to know more about it.
Yes, I am more into her disco album.
Yeah.
And the other one after the one you showed, I can't remember the name of the album right now. Um, but this song definitely when she first started singing, it was like it's JoJo, totally. It gave me JoJo vibes. The song is beautiful. The song is really good. She has I have always said that she has one of the best voices in Australia,
Yeah.
and that she's very underrated outside Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So she's really beautiful too. So she also has the whole package, the face, the beauty, the voice, everything. And the song this song in particular, I liked it. I never heard of it before, so it was a good surprise, and it's good that you told me now it's available because I'm gonna
Yeah,
stream it more. I like it.
yeah, finally. Yes, it's finally available. What about you, Mao? I think I was the one who sent you that track a few
Yes,
days
friend.
ago.
I was about to say that. I remember you shared with me this song, and in that moment when you shared that song with me, I was like in vacation and in a beach or something. So it was a song that I played several times in that moment because it was like good with the mood.
Yeah.
So yes, I was about to say the same. Like it's very for me, it's very JoJo, Timisha Kelly kind of stuff. Even I can compare her to Natasha Thomas, for example, because
Mm.
it's this kind of R&B, pop R&B girl. So yes, yes, I don't know why. Maybe it's this kind of name that is around all the time, but I never took the moment to listen to her until you
Uh-huh.
share this name and this song with me again. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I knew about her, but it was not like something fresh on my mind. So the song is good. Like today, when I was listening to the song, I was thinking, oh, why I'm not addicted to the song? Because it's everything what I like. You know, this
Yeah.
pop R&B vibe. Her voice actually is very Tinisha Kelly for me, so it's something that I
Yeah,
really yeah. This tone, like even child or something like that, like a little girl singing. This is something that I really like, and I understand your curiosity because for me, even when I didn't know so much about this girl, for me it's like, oh, okay, I wanted to know what she was working on, you know, in that moment. This kind of R&B flavor with these pop tunes, you know. So for me now the curiosity is on me too. So yes, I
Yeah.
understand why. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's that type of song that you want to make a music video, like Too Little Too Late, that you can be in the window of the car and suffer
Yeah.
and make a music video.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And fun fact, like something happened with her, like happened to Leona Lewis and Christina. She recorded an album with a smaller record label that I mentioned, and when she became famous, they released the album without her saying
Per-
yes for that. So I think the album is Golden, the name, and it's
mm,
available on YouTube and everything, but I don't like it.
mm.
it's not good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's not good. Like you can
Very
perceive
demo.
that the production was not that good and kind of cheap. So after turnaround, I was expecting to listen great songs, and listen to Golden for me was not that much. So hopefully the original album leak it someday. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Good. Okay. My final choice is by a singer I love. I I had the opportunity to talk to her a few years ago. She was a sweetheart, and I'm talking about Joanne Acom, uh, and her song "Busted" from her debut and only studio album "Do Not Disturb." Joanne has one of the most powerful voices I've ever heard. Actually, she told me the story of how she went with a girlfriend of hers, like to see if she had a chance in a record label, and her friend didn't make it, and the producers told Joanne, can you sing? And she's like, okay, I'm gonna sing. And when she began singing, they were crazy about her and like, you are the one that is staying with us and not your friend. So what a shame. But
Yes.
Jordan did end up with the contract, and she began recording this song that went on to be number one and even won an ARIA award called Jackie, which is really, really good. And this song I chose Busted because it sounds so bubblegum to me. It's my favorite from her album. It's so fun, it's so fresh, it's so pop. It's like even the chorus, like liar, liar, pants on fire. How she mixed it with a lot of dance music, and it makes you just want to dance. And well, that's the song I chose. And now I want to ask Luquitas.
Oh. Well, I think again the problem for me is that it's very disco.
Mm,
Uh, when I was making this journey to the charts, Joanne was a name that I was always around in my mind. Maybe seeing your things in Instagram, I don't know. So I was really curious. I think I tried the whole album, if I'm not wrong.
mm,
But I think it's the type of pop music that you can connect, and I can't, because she had a lot of disco influence. And I
mm,
think in that moment in pop music, for me, if it wasn't pop rock, I was expecting that very pop thing, like Irresistible by Jessica Simpson, something like in that sense. So for me, it was hard to connect. But what I was paying attention in the charts with her is that they really wanted to make her happen. I think the
mm,
album was released like after some singles, if I'm not wrong, because they try to make the right song to happen or something like this. So it's a shame that we didn't have more um, for her, because she had a good voice. The girl can sing for sure. So maybe the next albums would have some different tracks and I would enjoy it, because she can sing, as I said. But unfortunately, the song's not for me. But the video,
mm.
again, fun, is the club
Yeah.
thing. Yes, very fun to watch. But I don't know. I gotta talk in therapy about this disco thing.
Okay, okay. Yes, we have issues over there with disco.
I
Okay,
do.
okay. What about you, Mal?
Well, today I can say that I enjoy and I like every song that you share, because I
Mm,
like it too. I knew about this song, I think, because of you, Mariel. You already shared this song with me in the past.
mm,
And it's a very good song with this disco influence that I like.
mhm,
Instead of my friend, I like this kind of stuff, and I perceive actually the song very disco influence, not so much bubblegum, to be honest. For me, it's like this kind of stuff, like it's with a different influence in the song, and her voice is very strong. Her voice is very powerful, and I noticed the same. They were trying so hard, like with her, but in a good way, like with this kind of promotion that is good, like
mhm.
releasing single by single after the album and putting all the effort, like to create this kind of hype on her. So I think it was a very good and a smart movement, but at the same time, I think again, like Kylie or their Delta or this kind of girls, like because she is from Australia, it was not so easy for her to like being famous around the world. I think it was the reason because of her
Yeah.
nationality, and I think
Yeah.
it's a and I was actually reading about her, and she is very famous in New Zealand and in Australia and all
Mhm.
Oceania. So it's like this kind of regional singers, if you want. Like for example, here in Latin America, we have a lot of examples, like people that are very famous in our region, but not like around the world.
Outside,
So
yeah.
or Joanne is like the same. I was reading that she's very famous and she's very known in New Zealand, in Australia, but not in other places. So it's a shame.
No,
Yeah.
it's a shame
I
because
I
she's great.
actually I feel curious to talk with someone from Australia now, because I wanted to know how they perceive that inside Australia, because
Yeah,
I realized that there is a lot of singers that had one album in Australia and disappeared. So maybe it's hard to create a fan base even inside the country, because everyone was big in Australia. Like,
Mhm.
and everyone had singles in Australia that were not released anywhere, because they were so big in the country that they needed more singles. Like Hilary
Yeah.
Duff, Kelly Clarkson, Pink had a lot of singles only for Australia. So maybe it was hard for the Australian artists to became like something huge in the country because
Yeah.
there was a lot of international artists in that place.
Yeah.
Even with songs that were not ranking in any other country, not in US, and were ranking in New Zealand and in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, Hilary Duff went
Yeah.
number one with "All About You."
No.
You know that single before the "Breathe In, Breathe Out"
Yeah.
that was a flop everywhere was number one in Australia. She
Number one.
sang
That is
live on X Factor like a
crazy.
performance.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
Picture that.
Stacio Rico ranked with a lot of songs, even
Yeah.
when the song from Beautiful Awakening. So it was crazy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable. But okay. Well, thank you guys. And now, Mao, your final choice.
My final choice. Thank you, mi Mariel. I'm curious about this artist or the conception that you have about this artist because I was checking your last FM and you don't have any scruples by her. But Lucas mentioned that she was that Trey Samuels was the only one that he didn't know. But I'm curious right now. Her name is Christina Nu, and the song that I selected is Sunshine on a Rainy Day. She was like, again, the comparisons, but it's impossible not to do it. She was like a Desiree from Australia, like this kind of girl that is like pop, but at the same time with these urban vibes, very similar to Desiree for me. The song is very 90s, but this kind of 90s song that is not bubblegum, it's like previous to everything. So I can even say like for me this song is very similar to Torn by Natalie Imbruglia, but with other flavor. So I'm curious to know your conception and your opinions, starting with my friend Mi Mariel.
Okay. I had no idea who this lady is. So for me, it was a new discovery. But I knew the song because I know the song because Emma Bunton really recorded it for her first album, A Girl Like Me.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's why I knew the song.
okay.
And I knew it
Didn't
was a cover, but I never knew who sang the original. So now I know. and and I found it cool. I mean, the both versions, both this Christine and Emma, sound pretty much the same. But I liked it. It sounded fun. It sounded like, yeah, so 90s. She even gave me some vibes of uh, I forgot her name. Yeah, but yeah, Desiree is one of them, and even another singer from, I think it's Norway, that her name is Nora.
okay.
Uh, she gave me those kind of vibes. I liked it. The song is actually very cool, and always talking, about sunshine on a rainy day. It makes my soul drift, drift, drift away. So it's always like cool to listen to, and I was okay with it. That was my favorite from the ones you chose, Mimao.
Oh, that's perfect, Maria.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, that is very good information. Very good because I didn't know the Emma Bunton cover, so it's good to
Yeah.
know.
You're gonna hate
What
it.
Yeah, you should check it out.
what do now I'm curious. What do you think, my friend Lucky?
Yeah, I think I had one Scrubble by her. I was
Okay.
curious about that because exactly because of what I was doing in the charts because the song was part of the Australian charts. So in a point of last year, I watched the music video, but I wasn't. It wasn't fresh in my mind. I totally forgot about it. So when I watch today, I was paying attention and thinking, is her a CCM artist from Australia? I don't know
Okay.
because the lyrics of the song is very CCM and that type of song that you can be talking about God, maybe.
Yeah.
So I knew the song with Emma Bunton for sure. After I watched the music video, I went to listen to Emma Bunton's version, and I was thinking, Mao is gonna hate this because
I don't
her
know.
voice is very different from this girl. Like this girl is
Oh
very
yeah.
soulful, and I think in Emma's album is the song that she shows the vocals the most. But her voice is very different. It's very childish and sweet and different. So I think you're gonna hate it, but I may be wrong. You tell me later.
Please tell us
Uh,
now.
yeah, but
No, I'm
it,
very
it's
curious.
it's fun. It's a song that I don't know has some things that are similar back then, but at the same time it's kind of unique. And even when Emma recorded, has not the same vibe. It's very similar, but at the same time not the same vibe. And kind of reminds me. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was a band named Morchiba. I don't know
Yes,
if you guys are
yes,
familiar.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, there was a song here in Brazil that was popular. That was uh, let me remember.
But
It
it
was
was a
part
girl.
of. It was a girl, the vocalist,
Girl.
a
Yeah,
black
yeah,
a
yeah.
black girl. Yes,
A girl. Yes, 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 yes.
the song was something like, "Cause you and me were meant to be." Na,
Yeah,
na,
yeah,
na, na. So it's that what reminds me that type of song that is very
Mm.
soulful and kind of happy.
yeah.
So I do like. It's not my favorite, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to the song very often, but I'm curious to know about uh, her album. Everything is like, the album is everything in this
Mhm.
same vibe or some different songs, Mal.
No, everything I think is in the same lane, friend. I think. Actually, she reminds me now that that you mentioned that it's like a CCM artist. She reminds me so much to Nicole Simulin too. Like this album where is Redeemer is on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Mhm.
similar with this kind of vibe. So now I understand. Yes, the album is on the same line. Actually, I was expecting maybe something more pop, but all the album remain on the same vibe.
Okay, kind of soulful, kind of gospel thing. Yes.
Soulful, yeah, soulful, happy, Desiree for
Mhm.
me. Very Desiree life.
Oh,
This kind of stuff. Yeah.
okay,
Mm.
my heart is darker than
Because,
that.
it will give you try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try for sure. Like
Yes,
for
yes.
example, with Desi, "Hey, I Love Life," the song "Life."
Yes, yes,
So yeah.
Yes.
yes. It's very Desiree life for me.
It also
Oh,
gave me vibes of Texas. I don't know if you remember this group,
yes.
Texas.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
has that kind of
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
thing.
very adult contemporary.
Adult
Yes.
Adult
contemporary.
contemporary, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I
for
gotta
sure.
listen more Chiba when this ends.
Yeah.
It's in my mind now. Yeah.
Okay, so this was it from today's episode, and now it's time for us to show something from our collection. Um, I want to start.
Okay.
Uh, Related to this episode, I have here Bardot's debut album, Pop Stars. It's I found it in New York for $1,
Whoa.
so it
Random.
was
Wow.
great. When I
Yes.
saw it, I was like really shocked. Like, wow, an Australian album in the US, so far from Australia, and
And so
me
cheap.
from
Yes.
Mexico, and so cheap. So it was really cool. I like this album. I love Poison. I just love the whole vibe of it. Like all this pop thing. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for girl groups, so for me, it's
Yeah.
it's perfect, and it is Bardot's. I really need their second. If anybody ever finds it, please let me know because I've been looking for it and it's really, really, really expensive. So
Oh god.
please let me know if someone ever finds it. But I love it. Love my girls.
Beautiful.
Luquitas.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything new since the last episode, but I want to show today my book, Melanie C, Who I Am, uh,
Yay!
my story, because I finally finished JoJo's biography that I love it so much. So it's time to start another one, and this is the next one. I bought it last year in like Black Friday or something. It was very cheap, and I haven't started yet, so I'm planning to start now. This book by Melanie C. There's a lot of
Great.
pictures and it's really big, but
It's really big.
Yes.
Yes.
I
I'm
haven't
all for
finished
it.
it yet. I haven't.
Yeah, this is my collection today.
Great. What about you, Mau?
Okay, I have here a classic, an album that I loved when I was a kid, and it's Paulina Rubio. Paulina.
Oh.
I found it very very cheap, like 50 cents. It was
Wow.
that cheap. I like this album. I was doubting because I kind of stopped collecting CDs, but I was like, oh, okay, I want this album because it was part of my childhood. And this album for me, it's like the revelation of Paulina Rubio and everything. Uh, Even when she's very criticized because of her voice and everything, you can't deny that in that moment she was like the golden girl in everything. Like the songs were so catchy, so amazing. Um, for example, Lo haré por ti, y Yo sigo
Yeah.
aquí, a lot of classics that I love. So it was part of my childhood. So I decided to buy it. Paulina Rubio, Paulina.
Yay.
Yay.
Pau.
Love that album. Love that
Yes,
album.
yeah.
Perfect. And now talking about our obsession of the week. I am currently obsessed. Actually, Luquitas is gonna be a little impressed with Diana DeGarmo's album
Oh,
Blue Skies. Actually, and
yes.
that song in particular, Blue Skies, is one of my favorites from her, and I love it. It's so cool. It's not that rocky, so for me it's perfect. So
Hmm.
and recently I've been playing that song a lot, and I know that Luquitas loves her.
Yeah, that album is so cool. Really good.
Yes. What is your obsession, Lucas?
Right now, I'm obsessed with Together, the boy band, the fake boy band that
Yay!
is not that
Yeah.
fake. Because I was revisiting my app of the TV shows that I watch. And years ago, I believe like 10 years ago, I stopped watching the TV series of Together because the episodes were not available on YouTube. There was like 4 or 5 episodes. So 10 years later, I was like, let me check if now we have it, the whole thing. And
Hmm.
turns out, yes. So I'm back with that show that is very silly, but captures that moment in music with the boy band and the things they say in the show. There's a lot of pop references. Like for example, that episode that I watched today, they mention BB Mac. They said like I'm
Hmm.
smarter than the Baby Mac guy and things like this. So there's a lot of reference. Mandy Moore is part of one episode as well. So
Okay.
it's very cool to watch even when it's very silly. So because of that, I'm back listening to the songs that the lyrics are all like jokes, as Mariel's knows. The lyrics are
Yes.
silly and jokes, but the sound is the boy band sound that I love and that was part of that moment. So it's cool to listen anyway. So together for me.
Okay. Perfect. And what about you, Mau?
Well, I've been obsessed with Coco Jones this year, and the girl finally released her album, I think 1 week ago, and released, I think the first single of this album was Days, then Here We Go, and now she released another single that is called On Site, and I totally love it. Actually, when I was listening to the album, it was the song that stand out for me the most. And then I discovered that it was the new song, it was the new single.
Oh,
So it was like, okay, now I understand why I like it so much because it has everything to be a single. So the song is On Side by Coco Jones. I love her.
Okay.
awesome. I
Perfect.
gotta listen to the
Awesome.
album. Yes.
Yeah, friend, please. It's very R&B. It reminds me so much of Normani's album, actually. Very this
Okay.
kind of new
Okay.
R&B.
I like her,
Okay.
the person, so I'm gonna try for sure.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so that was it for today. We hope to see you next week. We have Mao's mom and his friend Nancy watching here tonight. So thank you for being here
Thank
tonight with
you.
us.
Gracias.
And
Support. Thank you, Nancy, for the support every time. Thank you.
yay. And well, we'll be seeing you next week. Anything you want to add, Lucky Lulu?
Thank you guys for being open to watch the music videos and listen to the songs. For me, was the perfect way to close this chapter of me and Australia. So I'm really happy to talk about those songs and to be here with you guys. Today for me was very light and very fun. I was expecting something like that to finish my day. So thank you.
Yay. Mao?
As always, friends, thank you so much. It was very fun. Actually, when you mentioned Australia, I was thinking like, oh, I have a lot of Australian singers that I like, and I discovered that I don't have a lot. So
Oh,
I have to research a lot, and I didn't want to repeat myself, because I was thinking about Rebecca St. James, of course,
yeah.
and other singer, Joy Sebastian, Stan Walker, but I decided to include different artists like we do all the time, like showing
Mm,
people different artists.
Yeah.
Actually, my friend Alvaro, the one that lives in New York City, was asking me when I posted the promo for today episode. He was asking me like, how do you know a lot of you and your friends know a lot of artists? It's incredible, and I felt good because of his comment. Because okay, maybe that's the perception that people have about us. Like we
Yeah,
know a
that's
that's
true.
lot,
great.
and that's great because this is the intention, the main intention of this podcast, like giving people different artists that maybe they don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, I was dying
exactly.
to talk about Delta or the Veronica, so
Yes,
was the same thought for me. Try to make
uh,
something different. Yes.
try to select something different. Yes,
Okay, so, well, we will be seeing you next time. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And big hugs and kisses to everybody. Have a great night.
bye,
Bye.
friends.